What's going on, Badge Nation? Welcome to the ACOS Weather Report. Today is October 16th. My name is Michael Erickson Fasheen. Let's jump in. The weather over the last week has been a perfect Caribbean 75 degrees, nice warm breeze, not a rain cloud in the sky. Perfect ACOS weather. In this video, we're going to take a look at two main metrics over the course of October: ACOS and my personal favorite metric, revenue per click, which is, of course, the total amount of revenue that was generated divided by the amount of clicks, represented as a dollar sign. If you're new around here, what is the ACOS weather report? Most Mondays, I'm analyzing the data from about 1,200 marketplaces on the AdBadger Amazon PPC software, and it allows you to compare yourself to those trends. So if you had a bad week or a good week, or you want to know how your Prime Day stacked up to other people's Prime Days, this is your place. Be sure to subscribe and follow and all that good stuff. As you know, we produce other content throughout the week, which is, of course, our PBCN podcast, where we focus more on strategy. With all that said, 1,200 marketplaces is approximately 0.8% of meaningful Amazon marketplaces. So with all that said, let's jump right into it and take a look at the ACOS from the last few weeks. We're going to be looking at the month of October over here. So quick recap. What we're looking at here is the start of the month. This starts on October 1st and it goes all the way until October 13th here. And some really interesting things that I wanted to point out here is essentially the ACOS started out in October at a very standard, very common ACOS that we normally see, which is about 29%, 28, 29%. It was actually below average of about 30%, which is really nice. In fact, we're seeing lower ACOSs just generally in 2023 than we have in previous years, lower volume in a lot of cases. But what we see here is that we're going into October with 28, 29% ACOS. You can see that it dips up 29% again, and then it climbs in the days leading up to Prime Day. You can see here that it peaks at about 35, 36% Prime Day. So that's quite high for Prime Day, or the days leading up to Prime Day. And then you can see where Prime Day actually hits, where it hits a wonderful 26, 27% ACOS for the days of Prime Day, October 10th and 11th. Fantastic. So what does this mean? We generally see a spike in ACOS in the days leading up to it, and then we see a massive decrease in ACOS on the actual event days. And of course, you want to also stack this with your total sales that you experience. The average sales jump was 2x, which is really nice to have an ACOS decrease and a 2x jump in sales. On these days, you do not see a 50% dip in sales. You see fairly standard sales for the rest of the month, maybe a slight dip, but in general, if you think of Prime Day more as a Prime week and you just sort of analyze this entire time frame and you go in with really good pre-Prime Day strategy, good Prime Day strategy, and post-Prime Day strategy, you are going to have a really nice week because right after the ACOS resets to normal, people sort of go back to normal. So Prime Day should really be considered Prime Week for sellers and advertisers on Amazon. So how did you stack up against this? Did you experience a 2x in your sales with a nice decrease in your ACOS during Prime Day? I hope you did. Let's take a look at revenue per click during this time frame. So revenue per click, the average of this time period that we're looking at here from October 1st all the way until October 9th, the average there was 285. Now you do see that sort of dipping of RPC in the days leading up to it. So basically, people are converting less frequently. They're adding a lot of things to cart. They're trying to find their deals going into Prime Day. And then, of course, on Prime Day, we saw a really nice 38% bump in revenue per click in general. So I'm curious how you stacked up. If you go and take a look at your average revenue per click for the first 9 days of October, the average was about 285. And then you take a look at that bump. Did you experience a 38% bump? That was approximately the average. So if you did better than 38, you're doing better than average. If you did lower than 38, you're doing worse than average. But again, it can necessarily be just the market that you're in, the niche that you're in. And of course, it just resets back to an average revenue per click right after it. So what do I think this means? I think this means people are really soaking up deals. So anytime there's an opportunity to go and get a deal on things, looks like consumers are taking good advantage of that, which makes me a little optimistic going into Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and the general Q4 push. Amazon shoppers are, of course, very price conscious, which makes those advertisers that go in with a really strong strategy for these holidays come out ahead. So go ahead and get the ACOS weather report. I publish it most Mondays. Email, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. Just follow, and I will see you next week on the ACOS weather report.